I'm going to say this only once. Only once. And I'm going to leave this video here. If TikTok doesn't take it down, fine. If not, you may want to come here and hear this, because if you say this in the comments again, just like, I have not approved any of these comments. I just delete your sorry existence. But just so you know, I'm going to say this once. If you, at any time, at any given circumstances, come to my comments or the comments of another person that in a video that speaks about police brutality or racism or anything of that nature, particularly currently with the murder of Lawrence in Oldenburg, and you post shit like, oh, the police just did their job, I hope the policeman is fine, anything of that nature that sides the police, I just want you to know what I'm about to say. I hope sincerely and wholeheartedly that anybody that is very dear to you, preferably maybe your child, anybody that you wholeheartedly love, gets to a situation like this, doesn't make it out alive, it hits the news, and then people will tell you that the death of your loved one was justified. And I don't give two shits if you come to the comments and start telling me, oh, Nicole, that's a bit extreme. Fuck y'all. With the most utter disrespect, with every fiber of my being, fuck y'all. Because the kind of comments I got on this video that are in agreement to executing a 21-year-old literal child, while he was running away, not possessing any danger, any risk, any immediate danger in that very moment, any comment justifying an execution like this, I am wishing hell upon your bloodline. The absolute utmost hell on your useless bloodline and anything that will ever descend from it. And nobody should tell me that that's too extreme, or, oh, they're innocent children, have nothing to do with that. I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit. Y'all are the first people to tell me that, oh, children are off limits. Oh, we shouldn't drag children into this. I will. Do you know why? Because children are only off limits if those children are white. And as long as you cannot repay the favor to non-white children, and as long as you cannot give the same benefit of the doubt to non-white children, I will 100% wish fucking bloody hell upon anybody that would ever be cursed to be part of your useless bloodline. Anybody at any time. Now, unfortunately, that's as far as it goes, because y'all really think you have the upper hand until you are in that situation. And the funny thing is, these comments come from white people, and y'all know damn fucking well that neither you nor your useless offspring will ever be in a situation like this, because your whiteness shields you. You know that. We all know that. We know that our whiteness is like a shield when it comes to so many forms of discrimination in society, but particularly police brutality, because police brutality and racial profiling, they go hand in hand. And clearly, as a white person, you're not going to get racially profiled. And if you want to debate that, just fucking don't. Don't. So we have this inherent and historical, I don't know what the fuck to call it, because it's more than just ignorance. It's more than just being careless. It's the lack of humanity, the lack of empathy, the lack of having human decency, is the lack of just I don't fucking know. Y'all are not human beings. Y'all are absolutely fucking disgusting. Because how on God's green earth, I will never ever be able to wrap my head around the fact that there are people out there thinking that executing a child is in any way justified. An unarmed child is in any way justified. Y'all are absolutely insane for that. And since y'all want to be yapping about how this execution was right and how it was appropriate towards the circumstances, let me put you onto something that also happened yesterday. Because I think since we are measuring with double standards, let's keep the same energy and look at circumstantially similar cases, shall we? So for the sake of this video, I will be loosely translating this text. This happened yesterday in Berlin. So they're talking about a fight between two men ended deadly. One of them was stabbed to death in the Bahnhof Sophie Charlottenplatz. That's like a main station, like a train station, basically. So the perpetrator fled the scene, but was stopped by the police. And now, mind you, they are talking about how they had a fight and how the man was killed during that fight. Now they are giving explanations on how the police explained that around 50 minutes after 4, they started having issues, and then one of them attacked the other one with a knife. The person that got stabbed died at the scene. And now this is where it gets interesting. Point one, notice how the whole article does not talk about the race or the nationality of this perpetrator. So we know facts is a white German. That's that. If you want to dig any further, please go the fuck ahead. But it's always like that. The nationality or the race is always mentioned if it is a non-white person, because we need to classify, right? We need to know that the perpetrator was a non-white German, because that's incredibly important. Not. So the police then issued a statement and explained how the perpetrator flew. And then the police told him basically they told him to stop. Basically, they stopped him and he approached, and this is being written here, he approached the police people with a knife in his hand. Then they fired multiple shots which injured him. He was then taken to the hospital for an emergency operation. They are then talking about how the circumstances beyond this murder are still unclear, that they are now starting to investigate, What does this have to do with anything, Nicole? These are two different cases. Yeah, my ass. My ass. Both cases are alleging a knife, which one was not proven, and the person, Lawrence in this case, left the scene. He was fleeing. He was not in any way circumstantially dangerous. He was no immediate danger, neither for himself nor for the police people. Now, this person I told you about right now, actively, with a knife in his hand, approached the police people. They did fire shots, but they did not murder him. They did not execute him. They hurt him in the process and then took him to the hospital so that his life can be saved. And you're still not seeing the picture. You're still not seeing the problem. You're still not seeing the fucking problem. Now, yeah, I can give you that because obviously it was not the very same police people. However, they all undergo the same training. You cannot tell me, oh, this was Berlin, the other one was Oldenburg. I don't give a shit because they all go to the same fucking academy. Because trainings for police people are the same nationwide. They are the same in all 16 states. They are the same all over the country. They go through the same type of training. They are under the same type of laws and everything. It's not different just because it's a different state. They all get the same type of training. So miss me with that. There is no point. There is no justification. There is no explaining this because it was murder. It was an execution and it was nothing else. I can pull up examples over examples over examples of how white men clearly approached the police and were an immediate danger, and they are still alive today. And I can as well point out even more cases than just Lawrence, where black people were not an immediate danger and were executed either during the detaining or even later in the station. That's because racism. And there is really no other justification to that. There is no argument you will bring up. There is no justification that will make this right in any shape or form but your own racism. So if you justify the execution of Lawrence, you are a fucking bloody racist. And I wish you dead. I hope that helps.